Hello, Zach here once again. League battles were confirmed in the August Splatoon 3 Direct. It's not confirmed that they're gonna come in the next Fresh Season update, but it seems likely. There's a bit of a problem right now without League battles because Anarchy Open is the only way to play with your friends in objective modes. The problem with Anarchy Open, it's not competitive, the matchmaking is horrible, you can queue solo and go against a whole competitive team and then you just get steamrolled. Not very fun for that competitive team either because maybe they're looking for more intense games. While that's okay for Open to kind of have, not the best matchmaking because again, it's kind of the casual Anarchy mode. There still needs to be a place for these more competitive focused players wanting to play with their friends. We need league battles. We need them really bad. If they're not coming in March, I don't know what the developers are thinking. But hopefully they do come in March. So in Splatoon 2, well, let's talk about league battles. What are league battles? In Splatoon 2, league battles were the only way to play objective with friends or objective battles with friends, similar to what Anarchy Open is right now. A lot of people want league battles to come back to again give that more competitive focused group play. However, I don't think it's smart to bring it back in its exact form how it was when we left it in Splatoon 2, especially since we haven't had it for 6 months. Especially since Anarchy Open already exists right now, it seems very important to me that they need to enhance league battles and give it more of a competitive flair similar to how they kind of enhanced X-Rank and X-Battles. Some of the ideas I will present in this video perhaps may be considered as overcomplicating the mode, overcomplicating league battles, since most people just simply want better matchmaking, quad versus quads, twin versus twins, basically what we had in Splatoon 2, but I think it's a missed opportunity not to make the mode called League Battle actually feel more like a competitive league in the game. To me, I'm looking forward to league battles as it feels like Nintendo has big plans for the mode in Splatoon 3. They are cooking something, especially since we already don't have it. Every other mode, Splatfest, X Battles, and Salmon with Big Run, they have been enhanced in some way, either small or big enhancements, okay? Especially since League Battle is going to be the last big multiplayer mode that we know of that we are going to get, it would be really criminal that this mode isn't enhanced in some big way. I'm imagining the fresh season, the spring season trailer, league battles are finally here with something. It's something big, it's something new, and it's something that's going to get people really excited for it. So, here are some ways that I think they can enhance league battles from its form in Splatoon 2, new things they could add to add some competitive flair to it, and to really give this fresh season a good kickoff. So let's talk about it. Number one, this is an obvious change. Let's make this feel like an actual league. They're called league battles, but in my opinion, in Splatoon 2, they did not feel like a league. You would get a power, right? A rating for every single league rotation, right? So it was just a 2-hour thing. While it was cool and the leaderboards would update, every rotation, and again, it was cool, it didn't really matter if you didn't play that rotation. Who cares, right? Who cares if you won that rotation, okay? I mean, maybe a lot of people didn't play in it, right? So I think we need to make this more long-term, okay? A longer-term leaderboard, similar to X Battles, even the Splatfest Top 100, those are cool, alright? It's motivation for solo players to kind of grind. Now let's think of it in a team setting. Maybe this leaderboard could be as long as the season, just like X-Rank, so there's an X Battle leaderboard, there's a League Battle leaderboard, maybe not 3 months, maybe just 1 month, maybe a week, right? Each pair of 4 could have their own power like in Splatoon 2, or perhaps we go the route similar of Mario Strikers Battle League. That game introduced leagues while poorly executed. It was still really cool to create your own team, to create branding, a name, team colors, even like the team jerseys. It was cool. Poorly executed, but I think in Splatoon it can be executed a lot better. especially since a lot of competitive teams already exist outside of the game and they play actual tournaments. I think this would be a really cool thing, okay? And it would add to the, enormous cosmetic features that this game has with lockers and splash tags. They could even, maybe your team could even have its own big splash tag. Similar to kind of actual teams, maybe your roster could include up to 8 players to ensure that you'll always have, at least 3 other people to play with in your team. And Battle League had like 20. We don't need that much. That was way too much. There is an issue with this idea, okay? The issue with this idea that some people might bring up is it kind of limits the pickup culture of finding a random group of people that you can just get sweaty with in league battles, right? Especially in the West, pickup culture is really huge, right? People will just form teams and play tournaments just, that week, right? It's definitely a thing. In league battle, people might just want to kind of competitively but casually play that and just find a pickup group. An answer to that might be, okay, well, they can just play Anarchy Open. I mean, Anarchy Open's the actual casual group mode, right? But again, maybe Open's not what they're looking for. Maybe they want to actually still be serious. They just don't normally play with these people. I'm kind of on the fence. I think, honestly, just play Open. Just play Open. I mean, people play series when they don't want to grind and get serious in X. Maybe pickup groups can just play but have no points kept track, but that might open the door for trolling. That it just kind of sounds dumb. Perhaps it works as in Splatoon 2, where each unique group of 4, so if I play with these 4 players but one leaves and we get a sub, then we have a whole separate power. Problem with that, it might just inflate the leaderboards. I might be on the leaderboards like 7 times at that point. It's just that just seems kind of dumb. Okay, that just seems kind of dumb. So here's more of a best of both worlds solution that I actually kind of think is likely that they're going to do. A limited time League Cup, okay? There is more of a focus on limited time events in Splatoon 3 with the addition of Big Run, which is like, just a weekend. Splatfest, of course, already exists. Splatfest is a big appeal to the casuals, right, with Turf War and, the gimmicky tricolor mode. And then Big Run has more of a competitive flair, right? Because we had to, fight for the top 5% gold badge, right? So and even Splatfest has a bit of competitive flair, but let's go all in, okay? I think a League Cup, which is just a 48-hour event on a weekend, it's challenging the teams to, find a group of players, register your team in the game and grind it out for that weekend, get the highest power you can, some kind of rewards, right? I just think that would be kind of cool. I think everything I said about the team branding, like making your own like team colors, your team name, logo, whatever, or like a team splash tag, that could just be condensed into that 48-hour weekend. So now you don't have to commit to one team to play for the whole season. It's just a weekend. And then it's kind of similar to a normal tournament. This would make everyone play at the same time, right? Especially in X battles right now. In the West, it's really hard to find times where it's like you actually have good players playing. Some people, like with really high powers, cannot even find a match. Alright, this would at least make it so that everyone's playing on that same weekend for most of the weekend, and it's going to be really easy to find good high-level competitive games. League mode outside of the Special League Cup could be similar to Splatoon 2's League, but there could be pushback to that. I am worried. Here's kind of the flaw to this. There could be pushback as in, we just waited half a year for League battles, and we get it, and they're basically the same as they were in Splatoon 2. Why didn't we have this at release? Like, League Cup would be cool, but it being limited time might not be cool to some people. They might actually want the long season grind. So what are some competitive features that they could put in league battles that would kind of enhance the experience? I have a few ideas. I think best of 3 sets and a unique kind of rotation system would really benefit league battles, especially since you're going to be playing with a group and it's not like someone's just going to like DC or rage quit, right? Because you're playing with your friends. Instead of a single match per matchmaking, the matchmaking will find another team for you, or if it's twins, another pair, whatever. And you're gonna play a best of 3 set, alright? So you have to beat that team twice, and you win. If you lose twice, you lose, obviously. I think it could maybe just do what X Rank does, and it's a best of 5, but matchmaking does its thing after every game, so you find a new team every single game. I think League Battle, though, could handle, like, having actual sets between teams take place in it, because, again, it's less likely for people to rage quit because they're playing with their friends, and I also just think it would also improve the matchmaking, right? Because it only has to matchmake once in, like, what, 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and matchmaking every, like, 5 minutes every time you have to find a game. It's just going to be probably higher quality matches, so that's why I already kind of made a video about what I wanted them to do with map and mode rotations. If this ends up, if like a League Cup, a limited time weekend event happens, I think it'd be cool if they did my idea of it's all the modes are available, it's one map per mode. So when you play your set, you just go through like the 4, the map list of the 4 maps. It could stay the whole weekend, it could rotate every 2 hours, I don't care. But I think that would just be cool to make it feel more like a tournament, but I doubt that's going to happen, and doesn't really need to happen, I guess. It's probably most likely going to be a 1 mode, 2 map, as it normally is. Mostly, especially 24/7 is going to be like that, mostly so that all 4 objective modes are going to be playable anytime in one of the public modes. Now, I really like the idea of a limited time League Cup, especially considering the presentation and the aesthetics that the developers could create to enhance the vibe, similar to what they did with Big Run and what they've been doing with Splatfest. Every event, so each, League Cup could have its own kind of theme in the form of a brand sponsor. In real life, such as motorsports, sponsors are a huge part of keeping the show running, and their logos are everywhere. Splatoon already kind of has this. They already have a ton of brands in the game. There's plenty of brands they could choose to sponsor. We've already seen the Tintatech and the Takaroka X-Rank divisions. So here's what I want them to do if a League Cup limited time event happens, okay? I want some Super Bowl stadium vibes, okay? And I don't mean just the plaza, alright? Do the plaza, make it hype, whatever. But let's change the stages, too. Aesthetically, okay? We need to change them functionally, but let's change them aesthetically for now. Not like Big Run, but like a sunset, right? Near dusk. Maybe it's even like a day to night transition, so as the match plays out, it gets darker and darker to where the match starts at day and ends at night. So as the game goes on and night falls, it's like a visual indicator that you need to get the objective moving. I just think that would be cool. Add some sponsor banners for whichever brand. So let's say Squid Force sponsors the first League Cup, so it's the Squid Force Cup, okay? Add Squid Force logos everywhere. Add the League Battle logo everywhere. Then pink banners, add them everywhere. Put some temporary stadium lights, alright? Because this match is going to take place at nighttime, and I know it's kind of like Splatfest, but let's give it that, again, that football stadium vibe. Add some temporary stadium lights on some wheels or whatever without changing major parts of the map geometry. Put some temporary grandstands, right? So people are like watching like the matches, other Inklings and little jellies. Hopefully that doesn't kill the frame rate. Don't worry, it will. Put some TV helicopters, right? Because this is being broadcast on TV, right? It's a cup. It's a big deal. Some temporary screens. Turn the stage into what the Super Bowl would look like in Splatoon. All right? It's an aesthetic that we haven't really seen yet, right? Because like we have the plaza and like those screens and stuff, but like we just play in these random public locations. And I know that's kind of part of the lore of Splatoon, but let's like turn this into a big thing, a big event, okay? That's not like Splatfest. I just think it would look really, really cool. Kind of like a Friday Night Lights Splatoon kind of vibe. Whether it's a limited time event or a 24/7 kind of 3-month league grind with your friends, which both would be cool. Honestly, a League Cup and an actual seasonal league would be really cool. They need to do something, okay? Because I think Splatoon has been very solo focused in terms of, the leaderboards that they show and everything else. I think having this league mode be very good and very motivating for people to actually play it, the quality of matches being high, I think it's very important that they get this right, and hopefully they do, because again, they've kept it from us for how long? Like, it's going to be 6 months since the game's been out in March, which is the earliest that we're going to get it. I think they have big plans, okay? They're cooking something. We don't know what it is. I am looking forward to it. Again, some of these ideas, less important than others. It does not need to look like the Super Bowl. I'm just saying it would be very, very cool. I think this league concept that Mario Strikers Battle League tried to do, it failed miserably because of the execution of that game. But Splatoon, they can do it. And I think they can execute it very well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are expecting from League Battles, what you want from League Battles. What do you think of my ideas for League Battles? Follow me on Twitter at DreamyZach to see me complain about X Rank and playing Splattershot Jr. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for the support on the YouTube channel. Subscribe if you want to see more. See you next time. Stay safe.